You are my first and only, and I've always been. No, you're my first people I'm talking to today at the London Synth Pedal Expo. You're here with your Cre8Audio hat on. Although
I am.
You can't see it, you've left it at home.
I've got a few hats, but Cre8Audio is one of my better ones. Sure, I like it.
Welcome to the UK.
Thank you.
There is some sun, which is also positive.
It's been, I don't know what everyone complains about with rain over here. It's absolutely gorgeous here all the time, every time I'm here. So maybe I just need to visit more often.
Yeah, and make it better for all of us. So you're showing, we've seen a little bit of a sneak at this before. Tell me about it.
This is an extra close-up sneak peek of the program, which is the new Cre8Audio Performance Sequencer. I've sort of shown it briefly before, but today is a extra special sneak peek just for Sonic Talk and for Sonicstate. But what it is you have 8 drum sequences, and then you have 4 pitched sequences, and then all sorts of hands-on control for them. In addition to the gate-outs that you're going to need for Eurorack and the CVs-outs, you also have MIDI-out for everything. So this works with both Eurorack stuff, but also really it works with any synth that likes MIDI. And that makes it super flexible. Because this is a Cre8 thing, it does come in its own little case. I don't have the little case for it here because I had to travel all the way across the pond, but it does come in its own little standalone box, just like the East Beast and West Pest do, and the Boom Chick does. This is sort of the last missing piece. So the things that make it very interesting are how hands-on it is. So you can see right now we are in live mode and I have sequence 1 selected. So this becomes a grid to perform with. So this is your keyboard then. And then each time you play, we could go to step mode here and you can see, select our step this way, or we can just select it by pressing it. These buttons these knobs at the top here become controls for each one of those steps. So you have your shift where you can shift the note before or after the beat up to 50%.
Right, cool.
You have the gate length, so this would be the length of the...
and that's per step?
Per step, yeah. And then you have your trigger condition. You can see here that it's showing no trigger condition, then the first of 2, second of 2, the first of 3, second of 3, 3 of 3, all the way up to 4. And you can fill that up with any sort of iteration of that. Then we have ratchets before and after the beat, so you can set the number of ratchets before and after the beat. And of course you have pitch, so you can set the note. And then there's also a CV-out or CC-out in the case of
right, so
MIDI.
that's a 4th channel, I suppose.
Yeah,
or 3rd
and
channel.
if that's gate, if you're using the drums, because we don't have CV-out for the drums, that becomes then the MIDI channel that or the MIDI note number that the drums output on, so you can really adjust it. You can also, these work, if you hit alternate and hold that and turn the knob, these become chants. So you can set the chants of all those from 0% to 100%, so it can be very, very generative in addition to doing exactly what you tell it. And you can do that like I showed you per step. You can also do it globally per channel, which makes it just super, super fun to get in there and create something. No pun intended.
So I guess the big challenge with something like this is how you design a UI to access all of those functions with sort of just using grid-based editing and lighting up stuff. That must be, is that fun or is that kind of challenging?
It's a big challenge because when you make a sequencer, really what you need is an iPad. The problem though is an iPad is you don't feel like you're interacting with it. There's always that piece of glass between you and the performance. So what you have to do when you're designing a sequencer is say, okay, the interface then determines how the sequencer works and what you interact with. So with the 6 knobs up here, giving you hands-on direct access to all of the parameters available, it really is a very fast way to work. And I think it's kind of fun. The sequencer channels, 2 of them have CV and gate outs. The other 2 are just MIDI, but they do have MIDI for everything. So it goes really, really deep. You can, of course, do a song mode, save your patterns, select your key and your scale. There's all sorts of clocking options in and out, reset options in and out. It goes very, very deep, but the thing is it's still really fun and you don't have to go any deeper than you want to.
Yeah. So this is this final production master, or where are we with the in this process?
This unit here is my personal unit. It's the first off the line. These have been manufactured. They're actually in our warehouse at the moment. I'm not exactly sure when we're going to release them. It's going to be soon, but I don't know exactly when that's going to be. But
Yeah.
I wouldn't be showing it if it wasn't very, very close.
I've got you. And have you fixed a price in any currency would do?
I don't have a price yet, but as with all the Cre8Audio products, it's going to be very fairly priced.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Richard.
Thanks, Nick.